Hi Geminis, come on in if you'd like to have a seat. Take a look at your ink blot made in your name and essence. Feel free to take a screenshot so you can scry on your own time and terms and see, sense, or feel any shapes or symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. All right, Geminis, in December, for December, I'm going to close the eyes, cleansing the palate, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Gems, let's go. Let's empathically explore your abstract aura. As always, thank you for holding space for me to share my insights. Okay, so Geminis, straight off the hop, there's actually it does kind of show there's 2 layers to your ink blot. Like there's this one and then there's this one. This is purple, different shades of purple. It comes through a little bit differently. Okay, I feel like I'm in a void that has a higher purpose than I, as Stephanie sitting here perceiving, can understand. And there's a flame at the top, as though I'm seeing, I don't actually know the word for it. You know, like a vent. That's what it is. There's a vent. And there's light coming out of it. Gems, I don't know if you're feeling like you're in like the light bearing kind of arena, but it's making me feel like a portion of you, if not, or a portion of each part of you, like I'm seeing the Ace of Cups in my head, is overpouring and it is exhausting through the vent to the collective, to other people. And it's shining some sort of light as well. You're receiving the benefits of relieving pressure while not giving from like your reserves. Thank you. Oh my goodness, from your reserves, because it's like I'm seeing the initial blot and then it's not coming from the reserves. I don't want to use the word access because it's not an excessive amount. This is almost, it feels like coming into like a more natural state. Oh, I don't need to give from this core life force. You've built more. I'm also getting the sensation that some Geminis might have a little extra padding around them. And I mean this from an energetic space. It's like you've learned how to, or have decided to protect your pod. I don't know why that keeps coming through. Protect your pod, protect your pod. I don't know, maybe Geminis, if you've been giving out like right from that life force space and you're like, oh, this isn't working. And now I feel like as though there was a time, like complete hermit style, and you were growing this buffer. I shouldn't call it padding. It's more of a buffer. And you're actually receiving from a higher source, from your higher self. Maybe you're doing and seeking things, Gemini energy, that just gave you a particular caliber. Maybe you're reading things. Maybe you're doing things. And it was like, oh. And it's almost like I can see your aura growing while you're protected. And that flame is so beautiful at the top. And it brings me into the sun here. But this is subtle. Even though this sun card is like wonderfully playful. And Geminis, maybe that's just a nice reminder you can have fun shining. You can have fun shining, Gems. And then there's this other portion of the collective that's doing it very subtly. You're like, if people, it's there, it's good. Because like, it's almost as if I can see whether other people perceive it. I know that burning bright is going back to the collective energy, to the space, to air, to trees, to animals. So it's not just about people. It's about the all, because you've been working in some fashion with the all in regards to this aura buffer, building that buffer. We have here the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Somebody really might be elevating their self-worth or perception of value in regards to money. And just asked me to say energy exchanges. And very clearly, because there's this, what you've been going through or doing has been elevating, right? This higher padding, and now you're exhausting from an overflowing cup. So it's even about energy exchanges. Yes, yes. You're willing to pause. Excuse me, Geminis, it feels like if people stop you on the street, like you'll hear them. But it feels like this very casual, like if they need your help, or that shouldn't be the word I said, if they claim they need your help. It's like you'll pause and you'll get off your chariot of moving around, whatever you were doing, and they've kind of like, hi, can I talk to you? And you're like, yeah, sure. But you hold close your coin of sorts, if I may. And I don't necessarily mean that in physical money, but it could be. But I feel like it's a symbol or a sigil, some sort of talisman that you may have to remind you don't have to give up the goods. Right? You don't have to give up the goods. There's something about value and quality versus quantity. And so, okay, that's how that makes me feel. The Eight and the Knight are making me feel, to notice in maybe in your situations, Geminis, and this is what you're doing. There's some conversations, contemplations, this, that, or the other, where quality matters versus quantity. And then on the other side, when maybe it's in regards to money, to ensure that, not to ensure, to maybe apply a consideration that quantity is what gives you the quality for a particular sustenance in your life, right? It's like making one t-shirt to making 10 t-shirts. You can sell 10 t-shirts. That's a quantity. But maybe in conversations, quality. You see what I'm saying? Okay. All right. I'm going to flip it to win it here, Geminis. Whew. I just saw, as I was flipping it, a big footprint. I feel like you are making a footprint for yourself. And it brings me back into that flame thing. And for others, should they perceive and receive. I'm also seeing a bunny up here. There's a bunny. It's poking its head out. All right, and I don't want to flip it again because I've got the cards here. But where this bunny head is up here, it's like its rabbit hole is, maybe you've gone, Geminis, maybe you've gone down some rabbit holes. Maybe you've just gone down some rabbit holes. But it makes me feel like, sorry, I burned myself earlier in the fireplace. Like shamanic soul retrieval, and you've retrieved two pharaohs, two alligators, two something. And two of something else, possibly beavers, two of something else, possibly beetles or turtles, something in that landscape. Oh my goodness. And one of something else. And this is a snail. It's a snail or a slug? No, is a slug a snail? No, it has a shell, so it's a snail. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 might be a number that is standing out to you. Geminis, thank you for traveling down that rabbit hole with me. If things have been slow and steady, that's okay. That is okay, because there's been retrieval. Maybe it's soul pieces, past life regressions, past reflections intellectually, looking over like pro and con lists, looking at things and deciding which compartment is quality or quantity. What is the primary? And Geminis, this is bringing me into like your symbol, quality, quantity, and then it's mirrored, quantity, quality. Because even though it'll be the primary, it's supported by the other one. So in this, conversational context, I want it to be quality, but it's supported by quantity, because maybe you want to have more of those conversations with yourself or with others. So it's still supported by that. And then when it's mirrored in the shadow aspect or a different context, maybe have a store, maybe have a shop, or whatever the case may be, quantity is the leader, but it's supported by quality, because you still want to do quality work. See what I'm saying? So there's this, I feel like I don't need to explain that if you're lining up there. Nope. Okay, we're going there. Thank you. I got distracted by the shiny yellow. I will come there though. All right, Geminis, let's carry on and see what's going on in December. For December, I'm seeing a set of eyes deep, deep within. Give me a moment here. Is it a rhino? It's something with tusks. And it's not an elephant, but it's something with tusks. And I feel like it's, does a rhino even have, no, a rhino might have a horn, sorry. Is it like a hog? Like a wild pig? Boar. There's a boar deep within. That symbology may stand out for somebody, or you maybe want to look up the meaning of that spirit animal. It's very protective in nature. Oh, for heavens and hot dogs. Well, that just turned into, all right, we'll just let it be. I should have just stopped when I heard it. 3 of Wands and Justice. This is what that boar protects, and this is between that quality and quantity. And you are balancing out, Geminis, like no muss, no fuss. And now, so that's a very 2 feeling, right? Justice, right or wrong, up or down, quality or quantity. And though it serves, but there's a lot of space in between it. And that space brings me into the 3 of Wands. Like the indigenous wampum agreement, right? There's the purple lines, and then there's the white in between, and the messages, to come together in the in-between, I believe. Don't quote me. This is the spirit I felt when I was very interconnected in the community. This, coming together and working in the middle, working in the three. And it brings me into, once again, your symbol. And yes, there's 2 predominantly active lines, and then it's 2 passive lines. The container that all of them make is like the 3rd, the space for you, creating your own space, holding your own space. She is holding her own ship. She is holding it. And when you wander out, active or passively, quality or quantity, it is all interconnected. And this boar protects. That's okay. That's not how I'm saying. He protects. Oh my goodness. Quite fiercely. The sun again, Geminis. He protects your original puddle, your life force. The very Ace of Wands is over here, and the 3 of Cups. And I wanted to bring that in Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure that you can see all that, but as it grabbed my attention, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Things are lining up. This is your life force. This is where you are. And you relish in that. Remember at the beginning, it was like it was overpouring and you could have the flame or the vent that gives out with the sun. This boar protects that space, that singing bowl of yourself. Oh, whoo. 1, 2, 3. Things are lining up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we have the fourth angel. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Archangel Raphael might mean something, or the fourth chakra, the fourth ray, if you wander in that line. Okay. And we are getting ready to close out here for gems. Whew. If there's any darkness inside, so the board just transformed on me when I dug back in. And, you know, dark and light, justice, up and down, this and that, right or wrong. Gemini, I feel the twins, the reflective twins that are of each and yet are perceived as polar opposites. Angel of love and the sacral. No, they're not. They might go about things different way. The aspects of you, the energies, the quality, the quantity, how you attempt and interact with quantity situations. Like I can see somebody in like a corporate meeting or, you know, negotiations, and you're like, no, I need my profit margins to be larger. How do we do this? How do we do that? And then I'm going into a completely different paradigm and environment and saying, okay, no, I want to, you know, okay, let's just say my price is, you know, $50 for X amount of time. And you're just like, you know what, it's energy exchange. So maybe we're just, oh, don't worry about the price. Maybe they have something different to offer you. And actually by having the money could be cutting you off from something, and you're aware of that. You're like, you know what, I'd like to do this for exchange of muffins because you need muffins, or you want to gift your corporate office muffins, and you're going to be doing a service for a muffin maker. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's just different currencies. Loving it. And this is where it comes like really creative and passions. Like other people can speak to your passions to help them and you grow. Angel of love and that fourth chakra. So the sacral and the heart might be really lined up right now, if you're resonating with that. Geminis. I still kind of get met with this shadow. It's all good because it exists, and it's like somebody is looking at you, and then like maybe in a movie, and then they kind of just go back into like the shadow of the forest or the door. That's what that feels like. They're just there. You're like, But to be honest with you, it makes me feel like somebody's got their shadow under control. And I don't mean that in a suppressive way. I just think at some point in time, maybe the shadow was taking up a lot of the shine, coming into your twins, right? Shadow and shine. And the shadow was the main shine at some point in time. And your shine kind of learned about being the shadow. And now it's balancing out. Geminis. Whew, I love it. Okay, we're closing out here for Geminis for the end of the year. Like, share, subscribe. Links below to help a gal grow. And as always, thank you for being my muse. I am honored. And I appreciate your awareness and attention. Yoga. This is all that purple. Your whole ink blot is purple. Yoga may mean something to you. Maybe it is a physical modality that can help you, or just simply mindful stretching. or maybe you're going to be looking into the studies of yoga, etc. But what I'm actually being drawn to is the prayer hands, namaste, and the third eye, because your whole ink blot is purple and white in nature. And when I'm drawn in here, the whole power of your aura has been about the sun, your shine and your shadow, quality and quantity, not quality over quantity and not quantity over quality. Knowing when they are the best use, and may the light in me see the light in you, may the dark in me see the dark in you. That's what that's reminding me of. Okay, any last messages for the Geminis? Okay, I felt you. Work your magic. And I hear you. And focus upon your strengths. All very purple again. Just work it. This is your sun. Keep working on your shine and your shadow. I'm also seeing chess pieces. Yeah, chess pieces just came through. And I feel like you got a little luck, Geminis. I'm seeing a little frog. It's green. A little luck, like a little good luck charm. I don't know if I talked about that in your reading or someone else's. Doesn't matter. And focus upon your strengths. Know what... Know which serves as the strength in the present container that you might be in. Personal, professional, relationships, this, that, or that. This, that, or the other, right? You could be a cutthroat lawyer. When you come home, is that going to serve your relationship? Probably not. Use your other strengths. That's what that's making me feel like. And for whatever reason, I really want to say, like, is how shiny this card is, and this gentleman, Apollo, sorry, his details of his shine wouldn't exist without the outline of the shadowing. It's really where it brings it. And then I'm being brought back to, remember where I was talking about that creature person that was like stepping forward with the eyes, and they kind of go back into the shadows. The only way their outline is seen is when they step out into the light, and then vice versa. Your light shines and becomes very formulated when it has its shadow, right? Just like art. Okay, I'm going to stop yammering. Thank you so much, Geminis. You're amazing. Keep on it. And until next time, thank you.